श्री गणेशाय नमः। श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। श्री गुरुदेवेभ्यो नमः। मातृपितृदेवेभ्यो नमः। वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। गजाननं भूतगणादिसेवितं कपित्तजम्बो फलचारुभक्षणम् उमासुतं शोकविनाशकारकम् नमामि विघ्नेश्वर पादपङ्कजम्। जय 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 गणनायक जय जय विघ्न विनाशक जय 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 गणनायक जय जय विघ्न विनाशक। हे शुभ मंगलदायक विद्या बुद्धि प्रदायक। हे शुभ मंगलदायक
विद्या बुद्धि प्रदायक।
गजवदना गौरी नंदन
गजवदना गौरी नंदन
गजवदना गौरी नंदन
गजवदना गौरी नंदन
गंगाधर शिव शंभो नंदन गंगाधर शिव शंभो नंदन। जय 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 गणनायक जय जय विघ्न विनाशक जय 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 गणनायक जय जय विघ्न। ओ जय जय विघ्न विनाशक जय जय विघ्न विनाशक। बोले गणपति भगवान की जय। भगवान सूर्य नारायण स्वामी। ओम श्री सूर्याय नमः। ओम श्री सूर्याय नमः। ओम श्री सूर्याय नमः। ओम प्रभाकराय विद्महे दिवाकराय धीमहि तन्नो सूर्यः प्रचोदयात्। ओम आदित्याय विद्महे मार्तण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो सूर्यः प्रचोदयात्। ओम अश्वध्वजाय विद्महे पद्महस्ताय धीमहि तन्नो सूर्यः प्रचोदयात्। ओम नमो भगवते श्री सूर्याय नमः। ओम नमो भगवते श्री सूर्याय नमः। ओम नमो भगवते श्री सूर्य सूर्याय नमः। ॐ नमो भगवते श्री सूर्याय नमः। आदित्याय नमः। श्री सूर्याय नमः। आदित्याय नमः। दिवाकराय नमः। आदित्याय नमः। दिवाकराय नमः। दिवाकराय नमः। प्रभाकराय नमः। श्री सूर्याय नमः। आदित्याय नमः। आदित्याय नमः। दिवाकराय नमः। श्री सूर्याय नमः। आदित्याय नमः। आदित्याय नमः। दिवाकराय नमः। प्रेम से बोलो सूर्य नारायण स्वामी की जय। To Bhagavan Shri Krishna, the most colorful avatar of the Lord, and one which brings a lot of attraction to us. We bow to the Lord, the sweet Lord, Adharam Madhuram. Everything about him is sweet. The way he walks, the way he speaks, the way he appears, the way he dwells. And this attracts, of course, the sweetness of his attracts everyone. To Bhagavan Shri Krishna, we bow this morning. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Vasudevasutam Devam Kamsachanurmardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagat Gurum. Adharam Madhuram Vadanam Madhuram Nayanam Madhuram Hasitam Madhuram. Adharam Madhuram Vadanam Madhuram Nayanam Madhuram Hasitam Madhuram. Hridayam Madhuram Gamanam Madhuram. Madhuradhipaterakhilam Madhuram. Madhuradhipate Vachanam Madhuram. Charitam Madhuram. Vasanam Madhuram. Valitam Madhuram. Charitam Madhuram. Brahmitam Madhuram. Madhuradhipaterakhilam Madhuram. Madhuradhipaterakhilam. Venu Madhuro Renu Madhurah. Panir Madhurah. Pado Madhuro. Nrityam Madhuram. Sakyam Madhuram. Madhuradhipaterakhilam Madhuram. Madhuradhipaterakhilam Madhuram. Geetam Madhuram. Pitam Madhuram. Bhuktam Madhuram. सुखं मधुरं रूपं मधुरं तिलकं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम। बोले श्री कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की जय। तो भगवान श्री राम, Leela Purushottam, the highest order of incarnation that came on this earth, we bow to him. Om Shri Ram Shri Ram Shri Ram। Om Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedhase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pataye Namaha। श्री रामचंद्र कृपालु भजु मन हरन भव भय दारुणम नव कंज लोचन कंज मुख कर कंज पद कंजारुणम। श्री राम श्री राम श्री राम। कंदर्प अगणित अमित छवि नवनील नीरज सुंदरम पत पीत मानहु तरित रुचि शुचि नौमि जनक सुतावरम। श्री राम श्री राम श्री राम श्री भजु दीन बंधु दिनेश दानव दैत्य वंश निकंदनम रघुनंदयानंद कंद कौशल चंद दशरथ नंदनम। श्री राम श्री राम। सिर मुकुट कुंडल तिलक चारुदार अंग विभूषणम आजानु भुज सर चाप धर संग्राम जित कर दूषणम। श्री राम श्री राम। इति वदति तुलसीदास शंकर शेष मुनि मन रंजनम माम हृदय कंज निवास गुरु कामादि खल गल गंजनम। श्री राम 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 श्री राम। बोले सियापति रामचंद्र भगवान की जय। ओम हम हनुमते नमः। ओम हम हनुमते नमः। ओम हम हनुमते नमः। ओम अतुलित बलधामं हेमशैलापदेहं दनुजवन कृशानुं ज्ञानिनां मृगगण्यं सकलगुणनिधानं वानराणामधीशं रघुपतिप्रियभक्तं वातजातं नमामि। मनोजवं मारुततुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठं वातात्मजं वानरयोत्तमोख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शरणं प्रपद्ये। श्रीरामदूतं शरणं प्रपद्ये। वीरमारुति गंभीरमारुति वीरमारुति गंभीरमारुति वीरमारुति गंभीरमारुति वीरमारुति गंभीरमारुति वीरमारुति गंभीरमारुति वीरमारुति गंभीरमारुति। दास मारुति रामदास मारुति दास मारुति रामदास मारुति वीर मारुति गंभीर मारुति वीर मारुति गंभीर मारुति। भक्त मारुति परम भक्त मारुति भक्त मारुति परम भक्त मारुति भक्त मारुति परम भक्त मारुति वीर मारुति गंभीर मारुति वीर मारुति गंभीर मारुति गंभीर मारुति गंभीर मारुति गंभीर मारुति। प्रेम से बोलो पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। Now we give thanks to the Divine Mother, Durga Devi, Ma Lakshmi, Ma Saraswati, Ma Durga, Ichha Shakti, the mother of willpower. From willpower, all forms of powers are manifested. We bow to Ma Lakshmi Devi, goddess of light, wealth, peace, joy, all the beautiful things. And Ma Saraswati Devi, the one that blesses us with purity of thought, speech, intellect. May the combined blessings of Adi Shakti be bestowed upon all of you. And may she never fail, of course, to guide you, but also may we never fail to receive the guidance from her. Om Dum Durgaye Namaha. Om Dum Durgaye Namaha. Om Dum Durgaye Namaha. Om Jayanti Mangala Kali Bhadrakali Kapalini Durga Kshama Shiva Dhatri Swaha Swadha Namostute Jai जय भूतागति हारिणी जय सर्व गति देवी काल रात्रि नमोस्तुते। प्रेम से बोलो श्री जगदम्बिका माता की जय। ओम श्री महालक्ष्मी नमः। ओम श्री महालक्ष्मी नमः। ओम श्री महालक्ष्मी नमः। ओम लक्ष्मी करोतु कल्याणम् आरोग्यं सुख संपदा मम शत्रु विनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोस्तुते। नमस्तेऽस्तु महामाया श्रीपीते सुरपूजिते शंखचक्र गदाहस्ते महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते। प्रेम से बोलो श्री महालक्ष्मी माता की जय। ओम श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ओम श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ओम श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ओम या कुन्देन्दुतुषारहारधवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रावृता या वीणावरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेतपद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युतशङ्करप्रभृतिभिर्देवैः सदा वन्दिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवतीं निशेषजाध्यापः। प्रेम से बोलो श्री सरस्वती माता की जय। नारायणी नमोस्तुते। 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 नारायणी नमोस्तुते।
नारायणी नमोस्तुते।
नारायणी नमोस्तुते। नारायणी नमोस्तुते। नारायणी नमोस्तुते। सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थ साधिके सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये
शिवे सर्वार्थ साधिके
शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते। नारायणी नमोस्तुते।
नारायणी नमोस्तुते।
शंख चक्र गदा शंघा गृहीता परमायुधे प्रसिद्ध वैष्णवी रूपे नारायणी नमोस्तुते नारायणी नमोस्तुते नारायणी नमोस्तुते नारायणी नमोस्तुते नारायणी प्रेम से बोलो जगदम्बिका माता की जय। Go to the शिवलिंगम। ओम नमः शिवाय। ओम नमः शिवाय। ओम नमः शिवाय। We join in our prayers to Bhagwan Shiv. This morning we are celebrating Vashti's birthday, Kant's daughter, and we join with him and his family. Friends and family of his are here this morning as we join in giving thanks to Bhagwan for blessing her with life, education, and yet with another birthday. Birthday is a time when we reflect, give gratitude to the divine for allowing us to occupy the highest form of body on this earth. Our prayers this morning is that may Bhagwan Shivji always bless her and guide her appropriately, and may she continue to, of course, embrace this path of Dharma. And when we embrace this path of Dharma, all forms of beauty, bliss, happiness, contentment will be with us. Bhagwan's blessings to her always, and also to Kant and his entire family. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Vande Devam Umapatim Suragurum Vande Jagat Karanam Vande Pannagabhushanam Mrigadharam Vande Pashunam Patim Vande Surya Shashanka Vahnenayanam Vande Mukunda Priyam Vande Bhakta Janashrayancha Vardam Vande Shivam Shankaram Shantam Padmasanastam Shashidhara Mukutam Panchavakram Trinetram Shulam Vajram Cha Khadgam Parashubha Bhayadam Dakshinange Mahantam Nagam Pasham Cha Ghanta Damaruk Sahitam Chakusham Vam Bhage Nanalankara-yuktam Sphatikamananibham Parvatisham Namami. Om Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. बोले उमापति महादेव की जय। लिंगाष्टकम। ब्रह्म मुरारी सुराचितलिंगम निर्मल
भाषित शोभित लिंगम ब्रह्म मुरारी सुराचित लिंगम निर्मल भाषित शोभित लिंगम जन्मज दुख विनाशक लिंगम जन्मज दुख विनाशक लिंगम तत् प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिंगम तत् प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिंगम देवमणि प्रवराचित लिंगम
करलिंगम रावण दर्प विनाशक लिंगम तत् प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिंगम तत् प्रणमामि
सदा शिवलिंगम
सर्वसुगन्ध सुलेपित लिंगम
मुनि विवर्धन कारण लिंगम सिद्ध सुरासुर वन्दित लिंगम तत् प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिंगम तत् प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिंगम
कर्णक महामणिभूषित लिंगम फणिपति वेष्टित शोभित लिंगम दक्ष सुयज्ञ विनाशक लिंगम तत् प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिंगम
तत् प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिंगम
कुंकुम चंदन लेपित लिंगम
पंकजहार सुशोभित लिंगम संचित पाप विनाशक लिंगम तत् प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिंगम तत् प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिंगम
देवगणार्चित सेवित लिंगम भावैर भक्तिभिरेव च लिंगम
कर कोटि प्रभाकर लिंगम तत् प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिंगम तत् प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिंगम
अष्टदलो परिवेष्टित लिंगम सर्वसमुद्भव कारण लिंगम अष्टदरिद्र विनाशक लिंगम तत् प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिंगम तत् प्रणमामि सदा सुर गुर सुरवन पूजित लिंगम सुरवन पुष्प सदा चितलिंगम परात् परम परमात्मक लिंगम तत् प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिंगम 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 तत् प्रणमामि सदा शिव तत् प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिंगम तत् प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिंगम। प्रेम से बोलो उमापति महादेव की जय। We'd like to invite all of you now to please come for the darshan of the Lord. If you're not familiar with the Sunday morning process, what it is you come on up on the altar on the right hand side. You bring your prasad, your flowers. If you don't have flowers, you can purchase a bunch at the puja store right outside there. Go to Shivji Bhagwan, take his darshan, offer prasad, and then you go to the lingam and offer milk there. It's the same flow that we usually have. Please engage in that now. And you offer lingam, milk and so on, and then you go back to sit down. Thank you very much. While this is happening, we will have bhajans and kirtans.
हे शिव शंकर नत राजा मैं तो जन्म जन्म का दास तेरा मैं तो जन्म जन्म का दास तेरा हे शिव शंकर नत राजा मैं तो जन्म जन्म का दास तेरा मैं तो जन्म जन्म का दास तेरा हे शिव शंकर निश दिन करता मैं नाम जपन तेरा शिव 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 गूंजत मन मोरा निश दिन करता मैं नाम जपन तेरा शिव 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 गूंजत मन मोरा तुम हो मेरे प्रभु तुम ही कृपालु करो समर्पण दीन दयालु हे शिव शंकर नत राजा मैं तो जन्म जन्म का दास तेरा तोरी जटा से बहती पवित्रता तीन लोकों से तुम हो दाता तोरी जटा से बहती पवित्रता तीन लोकों से तुम हो दाता धमरू बजाया तमस भगाया जड़ चेतन को तुमने जगाया हे शिव शंकर नत राजा मैं तो जन्म जन्म का दास तेरा मैं तो जन्म जन्म का दास तेरा हे शिव शंकर अलक निरंजन शिव मोरे स्वामी तुम ही हो मेरे अंतर्यामी अलक निरंजन शिव मोरे स्वामी तुम ही हो मेरे अंतर्यामी भूल जो कोई हुई मैं तुझसे क्षमा मैं मांगू हर पल तुझसे हे शिव शंकर नत राजा मैं तो जन्म जन्म का दास तेरा मैं तो जन्म जन्म का दास तेरा हे शिव शंकर नत राजा मैं तो जन्म जन्म का दास तेरा मैं तो जन्म जन्म का दास तेरा हे शिव शंकर हे शिव शंकर
श्री रामचंद्र आश्रित पारिजात है, समस्त कल्याण गुणाविराम, सीता मुखम गुरु चंचरीका, निरंतरम मंगलमातनोते। जय रघुनंदन जय सिया राम, जय रघुनंदन जय सिया राम, जय रघुनंदन जय सिया राम, जय रघुनंदन जय सिया राम। हे दुख भंजन तुम्हें प्रणाम, हे दुख भंजन तुम्हें प्रणाम, जय रघुनंदन जय सिया राम, Radha Pyare Jaya Gopal, Radha Pyare Jaya Gopal, Radha Madhav Jaya Gopal, Radha Madhav Jaya Gopal, Vrindavan ke Jaya Gopal, Vrindavan ke Jaya Gopal, Murali Manohar Jaya Gopal, Murali Manohar Jaya Gopal, Radha Pyare Jaya Gopal, Radha Pyare Jaya Gopal, Radha Madhav Jaya Gopal, Radha Madhav Jaya Gopal, Vrindavan ke Jaya Gopal, Vrindavan ke Jaya Gopal, Murali Manohar Jaya Gopal, Murali Manohar Jaya Gopal, Radha Pyare Jaya Gopal, Radha Pyare Jaya Gopal, Radha Madhav Jaya Gopal, Radha Madhav Jaya Gopal, Vrindavan ke Jaya Gopal, Vrindavan ke Jaya Gopal, Murali Manohar Jaya Gopal, Murali Manohar Jaya Gopal, Radha Pyare Jaya Gopal, Radha Pyare Jaya Gopal, Radha Madhav Jaya Gopal, Radha Madhav Jaya Gopal, Radha Madhav Jaya Gopal. Om Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. मालिक तेरे बंदे हम, ऐसे हो हमारे करम, उनकी फिर चले और बड़ी से तले, ताके हंसते हुए निकले दम। मालिक तेरे बंदे हम, ऐसे हो हमारे करम, उनकी पर चले और बड़ी से तले, ताके हंसते हुए निकले दम। मालिक तेरे
Every Sunday morning we get into a little bit of meditation. Please sit upright, everyone. If you're sitting on the chair or on the floor, you can practice this exercise, and those at home as well. Most of our congregation is actually at home. So sit upright, spine erect, your palms rested on your knees, with your thumb and index finger touching each other, forming the shape of a circle at the tip. The next 3 fingers are straight. Your chin a little bit up to allow the flow of the pranic energy to enter and exit your body timely. Relax your shoulders, do not tense, don't try to focus. Now we'll take a deep breath in through our nostrils, and as you inhale, feel the breath at the tip of your nostrils going in. As you feel the breath, that is the feeling of prana, the feeling of the Lord Himself in the form of life. We'll exit through our mouth chanting Om. Begin. Mahamrityunjaya mantra. Om Trambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushti Vardhanam Urvarukmeva Vandana Mrityurmokshiyamamritatyom Trambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushti Vardhanam Urvarukmeva Vandana Mrityurmokshiyamamritatyom Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushti Vardhanam Urvarukmeva Vandana Mrityurmokshiyamamritatyom Trambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushti Vardhanam Urvarukmeva Vandana Mrityurmokshiyamamritatyom Namaste astu Bhagavan Vishveshwaraya Mahadevaya Trayambakaya Tripurantakaya त्रिकालग्निकालाय कालग्निरुद्राय नीलकण्ठाय मृत्युञ्जयाय सर्वेश्वराय सदाशिवाय श्रीमन् महादेवाय नमः। महादेवाय नमः। Just be still for a few moments, eyes closed. Let your gaze be directed to the center of your forehead, and let us be silent. Gayatri Japam. Om Bhurbhuvaswah Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Om Bhurbhuvaswah Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Om Bhurbhuvaswah Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Please slowly open your eyes. प्रेम से बोलो उमापति महादेव की जय। सियावर रामचंद्र भगवान की जय। राधा कृष्ण भगवान की जय। ओम हरे राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Om Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Oh Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Oh Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram. Oh Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Shri Krishna Chandra Bhagavan ki jai. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. This is the Mahamantra of Bhagavan Narayan. And these are the tools given to us in life to every day do something good, say something good, sing something good, speak something good, encourage others to do something good by doing simple sadhana, simple chantings to the Lord. Everybody, as a Hindu, we know certain basic things that we can use every day to elevate, to purify, to become better than we were yesterday. We know Gayatri Mantra, we know Mahamrityunjay Mantra, we know Shiv Mahamantra, Om Namah Shivaya. We know Narayan Mahan Mantra, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. We know Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Whatever you say as an individual, whatever you think as a person, and whatever you deliver will create an impact not only to those who you're delivering it to, but on you as well. This morning, on behalf of Bhavani Shankar Mandir, we welcome all of you. Of course, in the temple and those online as well. It's nice to see devotees turning out back into the temple, creating a space of blessing and devotion and energy that we can all be part of. This morning, we would like to wish a happy 70th birthday to Savitri Singh, wishing you Hanumanji's blessings, good health, peace and prosperity. And greetings are coming from your entire family, of course, with lots of love. Happy birthday, 70th birthday to Savitri Singh. And of course, we are wishing a happy birthday to Vashti, who is in temple and performed the puja this morning. Friends and family of hers are here. This is Kant's daughter from our temple. I'd like to wish you a happy, blessed birthday, Vashti, and very glad that we can do some form of gratitude and give thanks to Bhagwan on this special day of hers. Srimad Bhagavatam is the book of the day. It is the book of the day, the most recent revelation of God in the form of a book. This here is considered the Srimad Bhagavatam or the Song of the Divine. It is just not a book made up of pages that we can read and put away or wrap up on RT at some time. It is a book that must be lived. It is a philosophy of the divine that must be sung. And when it is lived, it is spoken, then what happens? We are living by the words of the divine himself. This book was revealed by Sri Krishna, by Bhagwan to his bhakta, which means by the divine to his disciple. At some point in the Gita, when we almost pass over halfway, Arjuna asked the Lord, Bhagwan Shri Krishna. He asked the Lord, Bhagwan Shri Krishna, Prabhu, you are delivering this to me as a devotee. In order to receive it, I have to create, some sort of a receiving abode, right? If you're going to pour water into something, you must have something to hold the water or you're going to fall away. If electricity is going to be generated, there must be something to receive it, distribute it. If, there's going to be broadcast of something, there must be an antenna. Well, now we have cable to receive it in your home. Otherwise, you will not be receiving anything. Arjuna says, my Lord, as much as you're giving me these teachings, a devotee has to be, in a certain mood. They have to be capable to receive these teachings. Otherwise, as we would say back in home, you would throw water and duck back. No matter how much water you throw on the duck back, he's always happy. The more water you throw, he's happy because he's taking a bath without being wet. Arjuna says, Lord, this teaching is great, but what is the quality of a devotee? You can read the Gita to someone, they'll enjoy it, they'll take it home and they'll cherish it. And you can read the Gita to someone and say, what did he just talk about there? I was so bored. Creating that, becoming a receptacle is what's important. Tell me, Lord Krishna, what are the qualities, the devotee's divine traits? What are the qualities of a devotee? What they must be made up of? What should they do? What should they listen to? How should they walk? These questions was asked by Arjuna. Lord says, Arjuna, very good question. Let's answer them for you. The devotee's divine traits. Adveshta sarva bhutanam maitraha karuna evacha nirmamo nirahamkaraha sama dukha sukha kshami, santushta satatam yogi, yatatma dranaschitaha, mayarpitam mano buddhir madbhakta same priyah. There was a time when kathas, mandir used to be so long, especially in the nights. People used to fall asleep. I tell you this so many times. The Panditji would give beautiful katha on a Mahashivratri night, and there are a lot of people, adults, who would be falling asleep. But there will be a lot of them who will be sthira. They'll be still. They'll be listening. For different reasons, people fall asleep because they're tired and so on. But why is it that some people are receiving this very nicely and some are not? The Lord says, Bhagavan Krishna, that Adveshta sarva bhutanam. Adveshta sarva bhutanam. That my devotee should have these qualities. Sarva bhuta means all of creation. He who hates no one, who is friendly and compassionate to all, who is free from the feeling of I and mine, who is even-minded in pain and pleasure and forbearing. That is my devotee Arjuna. That person will receive my teachings, who is ever content. Santushta is the highest form of santosha, is the highest form of happiness. My devotee is always ever content. They are steady in their meditation. They are self-controlled and possess of firm conviction. With mind and intellect fixed upon me, my devotee is dear to me. This is the words of the Lord. My devotee, he's saying, is dear to me. That is why in our scriptures, the devotee has always been given the place of strength. The devotee has always been written about as the core of the Lord's existence. They fell, but they never failed, Hanumanji. They were weak, but they never failed, Arjun. You look at all the devotees of God. They came with the most challenges of life, but they have never failed. Let's break it down. My devotee who is friendly and compassionate to all, right? Devotee is friendly. Adveshta sarva bhutanam. Now, my devotee never hates. Now, we may not like a dog. We may not like a dog, but you shouldn't hate the dog. We may not like a cat, but you shouldn't hate the cat. You know why he says that? Because if you possess that ingredient of hate, there's a possibility that that ingredient, when you think it's okay to hate a dog or a cat or something, is a possibility that that ingredient of hate may escape and be showered upon someone or something else. Therefore, while it is okay to dislike and disapprove, hate is an ingredient, is an emotion that is not for God's devotees. Adveshta sarva bhutana. My devotee is friendly to all and compassionate to all beings. Again, while you don't like the dog, I'm just using this as an example because I think almost everybody are animal lovers and so on these days. There was a time when animals were a part of our family. You know that? When you grow back home, animals, you don't have to give them clothes, or they find food, they find place to sleep, they find place to stay. They know when to come in the house. Actually, they don't usually come in the house, but they are all over the place, and they were happy. Right? They were part of your family. You're eating there, they come and sit down. You know, you feed them a little bit, they're happy. If you don't give them at all, they're still happy. And they were there. Now, different parts of the world, you know, it's different. You know, I have told you this story so many times. I'll never forget this moment. When I had just come to Canada, I was going to driving school. Just landed in the country. I landed in June. I went to driving school in October. Freezing temperature outside November. Right by Scarborough Town Center, there was a driving school there. So late night I finished doing the thing and so on. I came out and I stand up. I was waiting for the bus. And this car pull up. This brand new Mercedes-Benz pull up. And I'm new to the country, freezing like this. And this car pull up, right? And I'm just waiting on the bus to come, and the car pull up. And in the front seat of the car, the Mercedes-Benz, was a big dog. Big dog. He was cute, by the way. Nice. White hair and so nicely kept, right? So I was standing up on the side. The car was facing that way, and I was trembling. And the dog made like this. He looked at me, and then he put back his head and he minded his business, and the man drove off. I said, Bap re Bap, why couldn't that be me? Why couldn't that be me? Sitting in a warm car and enjoying that, This country, part of the world, animals are given so much care, right? So much more care. They get to ride in the most expensive vehicles and things. You've got to appreciate people for that. They care for things. And maybe you don't like it or you don't like whatever it is, but people care for things. The Lord says, when you are a friend of all beings, you're a friend of all beings, then that is a good sign, because that is one of the qualities of the divine. You don't like the dog? Fine. Don't hate the dog. When I saw that, I was envious of the dog, but I didn't hate him. Guys, I know that is his reward of his karma, boy. Maybe in his previous life, he did something so good that he had to be rewarded with the front seat of a Mercedes-Benz in the midst of winter. And what is my karma? We have to figure that out. He who is friendly to all, who's compassionate to all, who's free from the feeling of I and mine, right? This microphone here is 14 years old. This microphone from still old temple we have it. 14 years old. I bought it. Now, I bought it. It's not mine, right? My microphone or the temple's microphone. It is given to us as a tool to do good something, to do something good rather, to broadcast, to speak, to bring news to people, the news of God to people, bring entertainment. Whatever it is given for a purpose. That is the only purpose it has. My children, my family, my friends, they are all given to us by the divine for a purpose. Your wealth is given to you for a purpose. Poverty is given to us for a purpose. Everything, what we drive in the park, is given for a purpose, or our clothes. But the minute we start to hold on to it and says, this is mine, I and mine, dvesha, rag and dvesha, it means I and mine. We are putting our identity over everything. We have a little pencil, we sharpen it nicely. Remember when we were in school back home, nursery school and primary school and so? It was a pride to have a long pencil. And you see when your friend take out spite and you break the pencil, you start crying. Now you have a sharp pencil because it was not good to have you have to have a long pencil. The longer your pencil is, the more proud you are. It doesn't matter if you did well or not, but you have a long pencil. And then when somebody broke that pencil, it's like they broke your heart. You cry because your pencil is now short. Well, guess what? That is a perfect example of I and mine. We got little pencils broken, we cry. Imagine if we lose someone in life, permanent or temporarily. How are we going to be able to deal with that? Human suffering is something that we have not yet come to grasp with, to learn how to deal with. If we lose a pencil or a key or our wallet and we are so lost, like we have lost everything, what will happen one day when we part with someone? Which is it's going to happen. What will happen? We will be far from being ready to be prepared for that. So the Lord says, my devotee is one who is free from the feeling of I and mine. We're all existing, we have everything, but really and truly, nothing is ours. My devotee is even-minded in pleasure and in pain. Nirmamo nirhankara sama dukkha sukha shami. Dukkha sukha, sorrows and pleasure. My devotee is even-minded in everything. What is the quality of my devotee? Santushta satatam yogi yatatmatna dudandita. My devotee is ever content. The highest form of happiness, according to our dharma, is something called santosha. Santosha param sukham. Santosham param sukham. It's a very simple teaching, but it is very deep and it is very meaningful. And what it means, contentment, santosham, param sukham. Contentment is the highest form of happiness on this planet. When we are content with what we have, not complacent, content. When we are content with what we have, right? And an understanding that yes, we have to work for more and elevate in life. There is no other blessing than that. To be content with what you have. God has given you something, or if you think you have worked for it and achieved it, be content with it. But if we are going to live at every moment in our life comparing what we have received to another, comparing what has been given to us to another, comparing where we are to another, then happiness will never be ours, because our whole life will be a comparative life. We are going to compare every day, and we are forgetting to enjoy the blessing that is given to us. Santosha, there are men and women in this world who does not have a home to live in, but they have a tremendous amount of joy and happiness inside of them. There are yogis who all they have is a piece of loin clothing, right? You look at the world today, the leaders of all blue chip companies, mega multi-billion-dollar companies, once a year, all of them leave for a week and they go and they reside in an ashram environment, may it be in South India, in Coimbatore, in North India. They all go, oh, you know what they go for? They go for a bliss conference. These are people who are run multi-billion-dollar companies. You know what they go to find? They go to find peace and bliss. And you know who they go to find it from? From the people who have nothing. They go to the yogis. They go to the saints, the sant. They go to the ordinary men and women of God to be in their company for a week. This has happened in Bangalore recently at Sri Sri Ravi Shankar's ashram. All the multi-billion-dollar companies, the CEOs and leaders have gone for a week to spend with the swamis and the rishis, to be in company with them. Why? To experience what bliss is, to experience what peace is, right? To experience what contentment is. They go to those who have left everything in the world and just live by themselves in sadhana. They go there. Lord says, my devotee is one who is ever content. There was a time when people had a meal to eat in a day. They were content. You're not going to die if you eat one meal a day. As a matter of fact, you'll be more healthier than you are today if you eat one meal a day. But they were very content people. There was a time long ago, not now, when the mothers of the home used to provide food they had large families. You ask the people of those times, they had large families, lots of children, had to feed all of them, cook roti and rice for all of them. And if anything was left in the pot, that is what they would eat. And you know what? Some of those people are still alive today and they're happy. You know why? Because they were content with what they had. They have evolved from that stage of life. I'm not saying that's a good place to be in, but if ever you're in such a place, by your fault or by circumstances or whatever the world throws at us, just be content with it, but work harder every day to be someone better. When we are content, the Lord says, Arjun, that is the sign of my devotee. That is a sign that my devotee is very active, is very vibrant in life. My devotee is steady in meditation. No? My devotee is steady in meditation. Meditation is not closing our eyes and try to squeeze our eyes, no. And that's a whole different discussion about what meditation is. What else the word says? Yasmano dvijate loko lokanu dvijache chayah harshama marsha bhaya dvegair mukto yah same priyah. He by whom the world is not afflicted and whom the world cannot afflict, he who is free from joy, anger, fear, and anxiety, that person is dear to me. That person is my devotee. No? What is a yasmano dvijate loko? Loko means the world. He who doesn't affect the world, and that person who the world does not affect. Who the world does not affect. There's a lot of people right now are very, very affected by the world. Gas price this morning was what? 170 something? 170 something? What? Depending on which part of the tongue you're from, right? You come in 170 something, 180 something, 190 something. I remember I met this gentleman when we were on Melanie Drive and gas prices were going up and down. He was so calm and he was so cool and everything. And everybody was talking about gas price. No matter what the gas price is, we got to buy the gas. You know that, right? We got to buy the gas. We can't stay home. So we can complain a little bit, but who will listen to you? So I said, man, how come you not complain about the gas price? He said he can never be affected by the gas price. I said, how? He said, whatever the gas price is, I spend $20 gas in my car. So if gas price is $1.15 or $1.20, $1.30, he spent $20. So he's never impacted by it. I said, what a way to look at it. I mean, obviously, you get less gas, whatever it is. Whatever we do, whatever, we're going to complain a lot about it. We're going to talk a lot about it. You have your chance to vote and things like that. Now, Russian problem, the oil that is the issue right now, you know, that oil will get to us, you know how many months from now? But what they have in the reserves right now, that has come months and months ago, that is still there for us to use. But they have to increase the price now, right? They have to increase the price now to show you that what is happening is, it has nothing to do with what we have in the reserves. Absolutely nothing to do. We all know these things. I mean, I don't have to tell you about it. So the price we're paying now for what's in the reserve is what they paid pennies for. But who are you going to complain to? Who are you going to complain to? Who are you going to tell? At the end of the day, you still got to go fill up your tank. You still got to cut back on some of your habits to pay for the gas in the tank. We have always found ways, you know, as West Indian people, we have always found ways to make ends meet. That's not going to make anybody poor. But Krishna is saying, Bhagavan Krishna is saying to Arjun, Arjun, that person who the world does not affect and who doesn't affect the world, that is my devotee. He's always very constant. Very difficult quality. Very difficult quality. But this is what Lord Shiva calls sthir, the steady person. The steady. He who is not afflicted by the world and the world does not afflict, he who is free from joy, anger, fear, anxiety, that person is dear to me. Another verse. Anapeksha suchir daksha udasino gata vyata sarvarambha ramityago yo madbhakta same priyah. He who has no wants, who is pure and prompt, unconcerned, untroubled, and who is selfless in all the undertakings, that person is my devotee. There's a lot of things that we do. We're concerned about something. You know, if we cast away everything that we have right now, a lot of things that we will say, a lot of things that we are worried about, a lot of things that we're concerned about, if you cast away all of that, you will be a better person than you are. Cast away all the concerns, the worries, the troubles, the wants. You just cast it away. Let it go for a little bit. We will be a lot more stable and a lot more better than we were. He who has no wants, who is pure and prompt. Prompt means, of course, the Lord is talking about time. The Lord is talking about responses. You have to be there when there is a need. He who is selfless in all the undertakings, that devotee. My devotee is the person who neither rejoices nor hates nor grieves nor desires, renouncing good and evil and full of devotion. That person is my devotee. A devotee is certainly not that one who just, clasp your hands and pray. That is not the only requirement of a devotee. The Lord's devotee is a lifestyle requirement. The Lord's devotee is filled with joy. The Lord's devotee has a lot of responsibilities in life. And that is what we are here to celebrate this morning. To say that yes, we can become a devotee of the Lord. We can become a blessed devotee of God. But here is how we do it. Let us sing this bhajan for Savitri Singh, who is celebrating her 70th birthday. And we ask that Bhagwan Shivji, Bhagwan Krishna, bless her in abundance and guide her at all times. Bole Mahapati Mahadev ki jai. This is a beautiful song. It tells us God is with you wherever you want Him to be. God can be with you in the palace. God can be with you in the hut. God can be with you in the trains. God can be with you wherever you are. Think of the Lord. Jaha yaad karo Bhagavan vahi. Jaha yaad karo Bhagavan vahi. Jaha yaad karo Bhagavan vahi. Mahlon mein nahi, kutiyon mein nahi. Mahlon mein nahi, कुटियों में नहीं, जहाँ याद करो भगवान वही हो, जहाँ याद करो भगवान वही। क्यों नाम न लेकर धन छोरे, कोरी के लिए नाता तोरे। क्यों नाम न लेकर धन छोरे, कोरी के लिए नाता तोरे। सोने में नहीं, चांदी में नहीं, सोने में नहीं, चांदी में नहीं, हीरे में नहीं, मोती में नहीं, जहाँ याद करो भगवान वही, जहाँ याद करो भगवान वही। चुपके फेरो मन की माला, चुपके देखे मुरली वाला। चुपके फेरो मन की माला, चुपके देखे मुरली वाला। जंतर में नहीं, मंतर में नहीं, जंतर में नहीं, मंतर में नहीं, धरती में नहीं, सागर में नहीं, जहाँ याद करो भगवान वही, जहाँ याद करो भगवान वही। पाताल गगन चल में थल में, मुस्कात हुए निकले फल में। पाताल गगन जल में थल में, मुस्कात हुए निकले फल में। गीता में नहीं, वेदों में नहीं, गीता में नहीं, वेदों में नहीं, जहाँ याद करो भगवान वही हो, जहाँ याद करो भगवान वही। महलों में नहीं, कुटियों में नहीं, महलों में नहीं, नहीं, कुटियों में नहीं, जहाँ याद करो भगवान वही, जहाँ याद करो भगवान वही, जहाँ याद करो भगवान वही. Happy birthday to Auntie Savitri Singh, celebrating her 70th birthday. Bhagwan's blessings to you always. I'm glad we can do something for you on your blessed birthday. Wherever there is God, the bhajan is saying, wherever you think of the Lord, that is where God is. Not necessarily in the mahals, in the palaces, or in the hut, but wherever it is that you think of the Lord, that is where the Lord will be. Jantar mein nahi, mantar mein nahi. Everybody here, you ever hear about jantar mantar? It's a term back home they used to tell you jantar mantar. But there's actually a place in Jaipur called Jantar Mantar Temple. You go there, they will do say Jantar Mantar with you. A lot of our people went there and they open your hand and thing and they say, oh, this is going to happen to you, that's going to happen to you. They call it Jantar Mantar. But whatever is in your life, only you know that and the Lords know that. And that is your business between Him. Don't stress life too much, my friends. And give your life to the divine in service, and all will be well. This morning, we'd like to wish, of course, Vashti a happy birthday. Vashti is the daughter of our friend Kant. This is a family that I know from back home. Kant and his brother Krishna, who I'm very happy to see this morning, and his wife. His wife actually taught me in school. You remember that? Taught me in school, Form 4. I was bright. But she taught me in school, and then she and Krishna got married. I know them. I used to do puja for her mom back home, actually. I know them for a very, very long time, over 20-something years, I would say. Very, very lovely people, always joyful, and, you know, I call them villagers. They can't live in Rosignol next to the school. I live in Cotton Tree, but everybody know everybody there. And when I knew he was in Canada, it was such a pleasure to meet him. And you know, he's so involved in the temple these days. For the last couple of years, very, very involved in the temple. Always hanging out with the guys, doing work. Always here, doing things. And we appreciate that when people give their time, you know, to community services selflessly. That really means a lot to us. And he has grown to become a part of our BSM family here. And today we are celebrating Vashti's 26th birthday. And we're so happy that we can do this, because birthdays must be celebrated in this way. And you know, people do other ways, but this way is great. We pray and ask that Bhagwan bless her with all that she deserves. And when we do birthdays, it's a reflection of life. It's a reflection of God's gift to us. Bade bhagya manushitana pava sur dullabh sab grantahi gava. Greatest gift we were given in this life is His body. What you do with it is your choice. This is the only body, only being, only vehicle that can take us to the divine, or to help us to experience the divine on this earth. What you do with it is your choice. And so I always like to reflect on that on birthdays. And I would like to wish Vashti a happy birthday. And I hope and pray that she, of course, embrace our culture and our dharma. And that will always take you to places. We'd like to sing a bhajan for her, and ask that you join with us. I think everybody knows bhajan. Jo tu mitana chahe जीवन की तृष्णा, जो तू मिटाना चाहे जीवन की तृष्णा. If you want to quench the thirst of life, सुबह शाम बोल बंदे Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Morning, evening, all day, chant the Lord's name, and that will bring a lot of peace to you. जो तू मिटाना चाहे जीवन की तृष्णा, जो तू मिटाना चाहे जीवन की तृष्णा, सुबह शाम बोल बंदे कृष्ण कृष्ण कृष्ण, सुबह शाम बोल बंदे कृष्ण 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 जो तू मिटाना चाहे जीवन की तृष्णा, जो तू मिटाना चाहे जीवन की तृष्णा, सुबह शाम बोल बंदे कृष्ण कृष्ण कृष्ण, सुबह शाम बोल बंदे कृष्ण कृष्ण कृष्ण। कृष्ण नाम पावन पावन, कृष्ण नाम प्यारा प्यारा, जो न बोले कृष्ण कृष्ण जग में वो हारा हारा। कृष्ण नाम पावन पावन, कृष्ण नाम प्यारा प्यारा, जो न बोले कृष्ण कृष्ण जग में वो हारा हारा। मन का मिटे अंधियारा बोले कृष्ण कृष्ण, मन का मिटे अंधियारा बोले कृष्ण कृष्ण, सुबह शाम बोल बंदे कृष्ण कृष्ण कृष्ण, सुबह शाम बोल बंदे कृष्ण कृष्ण कृष्ण। छोड़ दे बतक ना धर धर, तोड़ दे अहम का धेरा, भूल जा जगत के वैभव जग है दुखों का डेरा। छोड़ दे बतक ना धर धर, तोड़ दे अहम का धेरा, भूल जा जगत के वैभव जग है दुखों का डेरा। फिर क्यों ये मारा मारा, फिर क्यों ये मारा मारा बोले कृष्ण कृष्ण, सुबह शाम बोल बंदे कृष्ण कृष्ण कृष्ण, सुबह शाम बोल बंदे कृष्ण कृष्ण कृष्ण। जिसको मिले ना फेरा सुख का मरण क्या जाने, जो न ध्याये कृष्णा कृष्णा नित्य का धर्म सा माने। जिसको मिले ना फेरा सुख का मरम क्या जाने, जो न ध्याये कृष्णा कृष्णा नित्य का धर्म सा माने। चाहे अगर उजियारा बोले कृष्ण कृष्णा, चाहे अगर उजियारा बोले कृष्ण कृष्णा, सुबह शाम बोल बंदे कृष्ण कृष्ण कृष्णा, सुबह शाम बोल बंदे
कृष्ण कृष्ण कृष्ण।
जो तू मिटाना चाहे मिटाना चाहे जीवन की तृष्णा, सुबह शाम बोल बंदे कृष्ण कृष्ण कृष्णा, सुबह शाम बोल बंदे कृष्ण कृष्ण कृष्णा, सुबह शाम बोल बंदे कृष्ण कृष्ण कृष्णा, सुबह शाम बोल बंदे कृष्ण कृष्ण कृष्णा। प्रेम से बोलो कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की जय। Happy birthday again to you, Vashti. We'd like to give you a present for your birthday. You can please come. This is a consecrated Rudraksh Mala at the temple. I'd like to present it to you. Wear it. I use it for chanting and so. It's very beautiful. Happy birthday. Thank you all very much, friends, for coming, especially family and friends of Kant, and Vashti for coming out this morning and joining us in service, and few devotees of the community. The mandir is fully back in service, full capacity, no vaccine requirement, no sign-in registration and all that tracing. All that is gone, but we are still wearing masks in the temple. But please come on out in full force. Before we close, I'd like to say thank you all so much for celebrating Mahashivratri with us. We cannot say how much of a blessed event it was. It is bittersweet because it was sweet because we thoroughly enjoyed it to the point whereby it is bitter now because it's over. I will get a little emotional if I talk about it, but it is something that you had to experience, and I hope that's something that you will prepare to experience with us next year. It was a lot of devotion, a lot of peace, it's a lot of beauty that you saw. A lot of people stayed back, and I'm hoping that next year you'll join us. Next year, Mahashivratri, I believe, falls on a Friday or a Saturday. We're still figuring that out. But both are good days. It is my prayer that we all will come out in large numbers and celebrate. We've already started thinking about what we can do for such a big night next year. But thank you so much. Literally on Mahashivratri, between the morning and the night, there were about 2,000 people that walked through the temple. We had 200 sponsors online. We had people in the temple. We had musicians. Kids did an amazing job. We couldn't have asked for better. And Bholenath Bhagwan wanted to use this opportunity to, put some bounce back in the community. It was so nice to see people that we haven't seen for years. I've seen kids that are now grown up. I'm like, is this you? Because 2 years now, we haven't seen them. And when they're in that age, that transition age between 11 and 12, and then you see them 2 years after, they're like, what? Right? They're growing. So nice to see all the lovely children who are here. We had so many children who were here that whole night. Some of them fell asleep. Some of them stayed awake. But they were here. Right? Families were here connecting back again. Really, really, truly a blessed event. Holi is coming up, which is, next week. 18th, the Friday. So we're going to be celebrating Holi here as we usually do every year. Come on out. We'll sing Chautal. We're thinking of a Holi show, but we'll let you know the date afterwards. But anyways, Holi is on the 18th. Come on out. Bring your family and friends to the temple. Let's sing, let's chant, let's, celebrate this beautiful occasion of Holi. And then after that, we have the very energized period of Navratri, followed by Ram Navami and Hanuman Jayanti. It's all going to be spectacular here. Hanuman Jayanti is on a Saturday. Can we ask for anything better than that? Hanuman Jayanti on a Saturday? I'm not going home. I'm just going to bring my everything and sleep here because I am just so revved up for Hanuman Jayanti. And the following Sunday is Ram Navami, which is again a beautiful, blessed event. Come on out and celebrate with us. Spend the time with us as we continue this beautiful journey. Thanks again to all of you. Couple of quick other announcements. Coming Saturday, we have the GoVax program. The temple is partnering up with the GoVax program. So there'll be a bus here, the mobile bus, they'll be parked outside. And then any devotee from the community, anybody outside the community, even, you can come and get your vaccines, first dose, second dose, and booster as well in the GoVax program. You can register online or you can walk in, but it will be dependent on vaccines availability. I'm asking the community to use this opportunity. Our temple is doing everything possible to work with you to make sure that we keep COVID under control and we come out back. So Saturday coming, call everybody you know, ask them if they have vaccines or not. Well, that's a bit of a private story now, but let them know that we have the GoVax bus will be here. 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. I'll be here for a bit to welcome the community and so on and make sure the people feel at home. But please pass the word around. Everything is on our social media pages, Facebook and also our Instagram page as well, how to sign up and everything. We also have rapid COVID test kits available this morning. So everybody here who are leaving, you can take a rapid COVID test kit with you at home. for your family. We have it outside, and you can take one per family. I think that is sufficient to serve your needs. But we want to do everything possible to work with you. So rapid COVID tests arrived, and they're outside. Take one as you're going. Somebody will be there to help you. Thank you so much. And let us all stand for RT now. Everybody's invited for RT. The volunteers will coordinate that. Om Yani kani cha papani janmantar kritani cha tani sarvani nashyantu pradakshinam pade pade.
Om Jai Jagdish Hari Swami Jai Jagdish Hari Jai Jagdish Hari Swami Jai Jagdish Hari Bhakt Janon ke sankat Das Janon ke sankat Shad mein dood kare Om Jai Jagdish Hari Jo dhyaad hal paave Dukh bin se man ka
Swami
Dukh bin se man ka
सुख संपत्ति घर आवे
सुख संपत्ति घर आवे
कष्ट मिटे तन का ओम जय जगदीश हरे मात पिता तुम मेरे
शरण गहूँ मैं किसकी स्वामी शरण गहूँ किसकी
तुम बिन और न दूजा प्रभु बिन और न दूजा आस करूं जिसकी ओम जय जगदीश हरे तुम पूर्ण परमात्मा
तुम अंतर्यामी
स्वामी तुम अंतर्यामी पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर
पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर तुम सबके स्वामी
ओम जय जगदीश
तुम करुणा के सागर तुम पालन करता स्वामी तुम पालन करता दया में किस बिन मिलो दया में तुमको मैं कमल ओम जय जगदीश हरे दीन बंधु दुख हरता ठाकुर तुम मेरे स्वामी रक्षक तुम मेरे अपने हाथ बढ़ाओ अपने शरण लगाओ द्वार पर आते ओम जय जगदीश हरे विषय विकार मिटाओ पाप हरो देवा स्वामी कष्ट हरो देवा श्रद्धा भक्ति बढ़ाओ श्रद्धा प्रेम बढ़ाओ संतन के सेवा ओम जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे
स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे भक्त जनों के संकट दास जनों क्षण में दूर करे। ओम जय जगदीश ओम जय जगदीश
ओम जय जगदीश
ओम शांताकारं भुजगशयनं पद्मनाभं सुरेशं विश्वाधारं गगनसदृशं मेघवर्णं शुभांगं लक्ष्मीकान्तं कमलनयनं योगिविर्ध्यानगम्यं वन्दे विष्णुं भवभयहरं सर्वलोकैकनाथं त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनां सर्वे सन्तु निरामया सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुदेवो महेश्वरः गुरुसाक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय। ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम। प्रेम से बोलो गणपति भगवान की जय। पवन सुत हनुमान की, सिया भज रामचंद्र की, राधा कृष्ण भगवान की, जगदम्बिका माता की। नमः पार्वती पतये हर 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 महादेव। शंभो सत्य सनातन धर्म की। सबको जय जय सीताराम। Please sit, and Aarti will come to where you are. And as you're leaving the temple on the doors, prasad will be given to you. I think there are some snacks as well prepared this morning. When people, as they're leaving, there's some bags prepared for you to take. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a blessed day.